Well, you've been looking after yourself.
Just like you ordered, Doc.
Considering what you've been through, this is excellent.
I told you I'll be competing in the 2012 Olympics at this rate.
So everything looks normal?
Well, as far as I can see. Given how recent your husband's transplant was, I'm very pleased.
You're sure?
My wife's a warrior.
Well, only natural. I mean, rest assured, I've got bags of surgical experience in this area.
Oh, really? Were you a heart surgeon?
No general surgery, but I've had more than my fair share of heart patients, believe me. No, there is every cause for optimism.
Exactly. Whoever had this heart before me, God rest his soul, he must have been a marathon runner, because I feel great.
OK, well, hang on to that attitude. Don't get carried away. You still need to rest.
I know.
OK, here's that repeat prescription, and I shall take my leave.
Could I speak to you, Doctor, before you go? Alone?
Nope.
Nothing for you to worry about. It's a female thing.
Oh, say no more. I'll get out your hair.
You know, I do admire a man with a positive outlook.
I don't know who he is. That man's not my husband.
So, how'd it go with Kirsten on Friday?
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Good. Well, come on, details. Where'd you get to? First base, second?
Stop that, please.
OK.
A gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
Oh, as if you qualify. I'm waiting.
Oh, all right, well, we had a right laugh. I mean, she's so passionate about the environment, animal welfare. She's even been on protests about Tibet. Is it? All right, if you're going to be childish.
I was kidding. Don't be so sensitive.
Well, if I didn't know better, I'd say there was a hint of jealousy in the air.
Oh, please. I just feel sorry for the poor girl.
I still don't follow you.
There's something wrong with him.
Because he's changed. I mean, a new lease of life is very common after life-changing surgery.
That's what I put it down to at first, but it's like his whole personality's different.
What do you mean exactly?
He used to go to the football every week. Now he hates the sport. Food he couldn't stomach before, he'll try now. And the weirdest thing, he started writing poetry. If you knew him before...
Well, all this can be put down to a positive...
He isn't the same man anymore. I should know it. I actually like him now.
What?
Before the transplant, things weren't good between us. Oh, he's always been difficult. Treated me like a doormat, argued with just about everyone we knew. Had 2 affairs I know about.
I see.
Now he's become the perfect husband. He's considerate, attentive.
Well, don't let on, otherwise there'll be thousands of wives booking their husbands in for surgery. Well, there is something I've come across. Patients who've been on a bypass machine like Keith over a prolonged period experience very low blood pressure.
Meaning?
Well, medical consensus is that this can contribute to very subtle character changes.
I've already told you, this isn't subtle.
Right. Well, there is something else, but the evidence is only anecdotal.
Well, right now I'll believe just about anything.
Cellular memory. Some patients who've experienced a transplant claim that they've inherited certain personality traits from the donor.
Through someone else's organ?
Yeah, well, it sounds like science fiction, I know, but there's a growing professional opinion that we retain certain parts of ourselves in organs outside of the brain.
Oh, I don't know. You think that could have happened to Keith?
Well, anything's possible. I mean, in the meantime, I think you should rejoice in the fact that you have a new and improved husband.
At the moment. How do I know he won't wake up one morning and be just the same selfish old bugger again?
In my experience, patients who've undergone changes after surgery very rarely go back completely to their former selves.
So you might like a brew. I was thinking maybe we should join a book club together.
When did you last read a book?
Well, that's the point. I could start.
We'll see.
Do you want some lunch? There's some leftovers.
I'm fine. Thanks.
What about a walk later to get some fresh air?
Stop fussing.
I'm just trying to be nice.
I know. It's sweet of you, just not all the time, okay?
Why don't we go out for lunch?
I thought we just agreed that...
I know, but I want to treat you. Come on, come on.
What's that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Archie's got a new girlfriend.
Oh, I thought you and him were just friends now.
Yeah, we are. Best friends.
So, he started a new relationship and you want him back.
God, I didn't say that exactly. What does mean?
Oh, now, how can I put this? You know when a kid doesn't want to play with a toy unless another kid is playing with it?
Oh, thanks. Do you do motivational speaking as well?
No, what I'm saying is, don't get your feelings confused. If he was single, would you still want him back?
No, we're never right for each other.
So why the chocolate therapy then?
Because I wanted to find someone first.
Oh, Melody, all you've got to do is just put a bit of space between you and him, that's all.
I know, but we're friends. He tells me everything.
Oh, you see, that could be the problem. Well, it was always going to be weird when he started a new relationship.
So we can't even be mates?
Yeah, of course you can. But not right now, you know? I mean, come on. Do you really want to hear the ins and outs of his new relationship? I just think it's more fun giving birth. Oh, do you know, I thought, never ask.
That's 10:25 next Thursday with Dr. Clay. Thank you. Excuse me. I said excuse me. What do you think you're doing? You're not allowed in here. I asked you a question.
Steady on, man. There's no need for... Oh. Dear woman, are you all right?
What's the rush?
Well, it gets busy at lunchtime. Oh, idiot. I've left my wallet in the car.
I've got money.
No. This is my trip. No, I'll do it. You go and sit in the warm. Grab us a table.
Are you sure everything's okay?
It couldn't be better. I'll see you inside.
What's this?
Brandy. Emergency use only.
I hardly think keeping alcohol in your desk is a good example to the younger doctors.
Glad you're feeling a little better.
Right. Well, I've just spoken to the police, and apparently we are not the first surgery that he's targeted.
You mean they could have warned us?
Typical.
Is there anything we can get you, Vivian?
I'm not an invalid.
I can deal with the police if you want to go home.
If I went home every time you suggest, I would never be here.
No, I know. I just meant that maybe you wanted to have a...
I've got work to do.
Okay.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm thirsty.
Why are you following us?
Maybe I'm just not cut out to be the patient other woman.
It's over. All that happened is in the past and you need to move on.
I wish I could.
I love Elaine. We've got a life together now.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Just go now before Elaine sees.
It's a bit late for that.
Keith, are you okay? Stay calm. Big, deep breaths. Why are you here?
Couldn't help myself.
We need to get him to hospital.
It's only a panic attack.
You don't know that. He's been through a heart transplant.
Well, let's try the doctor's surgery. It's closer.
Fine, but you'll have to drive.
I'm sorry, this is all my fault.
Shh. Now, just concentrate on your breathing, okay?
Your lady friend?
Yeah.
I do admire you, you know.
Are you being rude?
Heaven forbid.
And are we talking about any particular lady?
No?
Well, if it's any consolation, I really have no idea what I'm doing.
I find that hard to believe.
Trust me, sooner or later I always end up doing or saying the wrong thing. Just ask Melody.
Well, that's wonderful to hear.
Excuse me?
Means there's hope for me yet.
Oh, thank you. Can you come back in an hour or so, please?
Please, my husband's sick.
Is it an emergency?
Dr. Carter, can you help?
I'll take care of it.
They're all yours.
What's happened?
It's Keith. He's had a funny turn.
I'm all right. I'm sure I'll be okay now.
He can't breathe properly.
Right, well, you better come through.
Not you.
I'm not going anywhere.
It's fine. Go with Dr. Carter. I'll wait here. There's nothing for you to worry about.
Stop it. Pull yourself together.
Maybe I just wanted to see for myself.
See what?
If Keith really is this new man you claim.
He is. He's different.
You can't expect me to believe that.
I don't care. I still don't understand what you're doing here.
You really want to know? Yeah. I couldn't stop thinking about you.
What am I supposed to say to that?
That you're sorry? That you shouldn't have ended things between us?
I am sorry about the way I ended it. But Keith's illness, it changed everything.
It doesn't have to. We can still have a life together like we planned. I've left Leatherbridge. You could come back with me. Leave all this behind.
You're not listening. I'm with Keith now. I've made my decision.
Keith doesn't deserve you. He's an arrogant pig.
Not anymore.
It's an act. He knew you were planning to leave him, so he's pretending.
It's genuine.
Been a long time since I had a panic attack.
Well, even if that's all it was, you still can't take any chances. You really have to have a thorough examination.
I'm back up the hospital next month.
Well, I'm going to bring that forward, and you must rest.
Easier said than done. Your wife's not outside talking to the woman she was going to run off with.
Sorry, I don't quite... Oh, right. That's not something you hear every day.
No. I should go.
No, wait, the last thing you need now is stress.
Listen, I do not want Elaine talking to that woman.
Yeah, if you go storming out there now, raising your blood pressure, we're going to be back here doing this all over again.
Well, I can't just sit here doing nothing.
Look, your wife has stood by you, hasn't she?
Yes, but only because I've been so ill, now that I'm on the mend.
Right, so what possible reason have you given for her wanting to leave you? From what I hear, you're now the perfect husband.
Well, I haven't always been.
If you just see that idiot husband for what he is.
Don't talk about him like that.
Excuse me. Afternoon surgery hasn't started yet.
Do you mind? We're in the middle of something here.
You shouldn't be here.
Who are you?
I'm Vivian March, head receptionist.
Well, why don't you go away and answer some phones?
Let's take a seat.
Not until you accept.
I have asked you to leave. We're waiting for my husband. I don't care. I won't be spoken to like that.
Look, I'm sorry if I was rude, but...
You have no respect. You patients think you can come and go as you please. You treat people like dirt. Well, I've had enough of it. I'll throw you both out myself if I have to.
Vivian?
Well, I have asked them to leave and they have refused. We didn't mean to upset anyone.
Why don't you just come through to my office for a minute now? It's okay. You can wait if you want to.
What was that about?
No idea. Maybe we should wait outside.
Maybe you should.
What are you afraid of? That I'll make you see Keith for what he is? Or that you might realise you'd prefer to be with me?
Don't do this. If you go now, there's...
No, I've waited long enough already. It's time I made you see that the old miserable Keith is still around.
Wait. Liz! Liz!
I'll be in touch about that hospital appointment.
Thanks, and thanks for the pep talk.
I'm sure it'll work out.
What do you want?
I was worried about you.
If there's going to be bickering, I'd rather it didn't take place in here.
We should go...
No, I'd like to ask you a question first, Doctor. Is there a test to show when a person's faking his whole identity?
A test?
Don't make a fool of yourself.
Who's fooling who here?
Well, if you're asking if someone's personality can change after a heart operation, then the answer's yes.
So you believe in the charade too? How ironic. Everyone's sympathising with poor Keith.
Dr. Carter's not interested...
I think he should know who his patient really is. Do you know he used to hit Elaine?
Stop this.
Is that true?
Put her in hospital once. And how many affairs was it exactly?
That was someone else.
That was you. Take some responsibility.
I'm not proud of it.
You're a fraud. Let's see that mean, bitter person one more time. Come on. I know he's in there. I'll let you hit me if that'll help.
That's enough.
I'm not angry with you
What?
for trying to ruin my marriage.
Did you know Elaine and I had been sleeping together for almost a year before you got ill?
Liz?
Doesn't matter now.
You don't care.
I am just grateful to be given a second chance.
Can't you see? He has changed.
We used to live in a country that had respect, clearly defined boundaries. We used to have manners.
Yeah, well...
And nowadays, you just don't know who you're going to have to face. I mean, you don't know who the next person is who's going to walk in.
Vivian, I think we both know what this is about. I understand that it must have been very difficult for you to deal with that man this morning after everything you've been through.
What has that got to do with today?
I'm worried about you.
Oh, because I was yelling at two ignorant women?
Well, it was over the top,
Well,
even by
could-
your standards, Vivian.
Even so, they could have been anybody.
Vivian, could I suggest something? Counselling. Now, look, you are obviously still very, very fragile, and what happened this morning...
I thought I made myself perfectly clear about this. I am not interested in sharing my personal life with a complete stranger.
I still can't believe you just showed up like this.
One last throw of the dice.
Well, you've had it. Now off you trot.
Let's keep this civil.
Keith's right. There's no point in me being here.
What?
The penny finally drops.
That's what you want, isn't it?
You believe me about Keith?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But I can see you believe it.
So that's it?
You've made your choice.
I don't know. It's all such a mess.
No, it's not. It's simple. She's not wanted. Bye.
There's no need for that.
It's fine. You know how I feel about you. What we could have. But if you're happy, I won't ruin it. If you change your mind, I'm staying at the Ambassador's until tonight.
She won't.
You don't have to look so smug about it.
I was more than patient with her.
You okay?
Look, let's go home. We can talk there.
You don't have to go if you don't want to.
We've taken up too much of your time already.
We have.
Come on. Come on.
Melody. Great news.
They've alleviated world hunger.
No. Kirsten texted. She wants to take me out tonight.
Oh, well done.
Read what she said.
Well, she's not shy and coming forward, is she?
Well, what can I say? If she wants the Archie love that badly, then all bets are off. It would be unfair of me to deny the chance to see my naked body.
Can I just stop you there? Fascinating though it is, I'm actually not that interested in your sex life.
But you said you...
Well, why would you even want to tell me? It's a little bit weird. Some things you should just keep to yourself.
I can take a hint.
Oh, word of advice from a female friend though. Don't wear any of those hideous novelty boxer shorts you own. Especially not the chipmunks.
So do you like chipmunks?
Nothing to say?
Like what?
Have you any idea how hurtful it was to be in the same room as that woman?
I'm here with you. Can't you just be happy with that?
It'd be a lot easier if I didn't believe you'd just considered leaving me.
I didn't.
When you dare lie to me.
Taxi's on its way. I mean, you can always wait inside.
No, we're fine, thank you.
No, we're not.
Elaine?
If I go home with you now, I'll never make a decision.
There is no decision to make.
There is. This is complicated for me.
I don't believe this. Can you talk some sense into her?
Look, if you need more time.
I just never thought that she'd fight for me the way she did.
She knows that you're the only one who can stand her. Haven't things been great between us recently?
Better, yes.
Haven't we got a strong marriage now?
I have to make sure that I'm staying for the right reasons.
You're my wife! What more reason do you need?
You need to let Elaine make up her own mind.
I wish I could...
Now, I am the last person to give relationship advice, believe me, but I do know you need to do what's best, not what's easiest.
Whose side are you on?
It's not a question of sides.
It is from where I'm standing.
Is it me or are we going round in circles?
Whose fault is that? I'm sorry, Julia. I know you mean well.
Look, Vivian, even if you're not interested in therapy, there is going to come a point when you will need closure.
It's no use trying to explain. You wouldn't understand.
Try me.
When that man came running towards me, I was helpless. He could have done anything to me.
This is your mess, not mine.
Okay, you need to stay calm, okay? Why don't you take some time off to think things through?
I don't have that luxury. Liz goes back to Sussex tonight.
I can't even believe you are considering leaving me for her. It was only desperation that made you go with a woman in the first place.
You'd have preferred it if she'd been a man.
Well, at least I could have punched him out.
I'll pretend you didn't say that.
Can't you see? It's a sham. You're not one of those...
What a what?
One of those... Look, it's disgusting. You're normal. We have a normal marriage.
Been a long time since I heard you talk like that.
Yeah, perhaps you should choose your words more carefully.
I will not apologise for speaking the truth.
I doubt you've spoken a word of truth in months.
Elaine?
Liz was right. The old Keith is still in there, isn't he?
I have changed.
You're lying. You're still a bigot.
I did it for you.
You did it for yourself. So I'd stay.
I have become everything you asked me to be.
But it wasn't real. You're no different underneath.
Only someone as stupid as you could have taken this long to work that out.
Keith?
Look at you. You're a joke. You're pathetic. A sad, middle-aged woman living out some stupid fantasy.
We'll see.
Hey, you wouldn't last a day without me.
Goodbye, Keith.
You're not going. You will not go! Don't you dare! I wasn't going to hit you.
You okay?
I don't love you, Keith. Not the real you, anyway.
Feeling better? Oh, you know, if you want to move on, you're going to have to take back control of your life.
It all sounds so easy.
Well, it doesn't have to be anything life-changing, you know, something small can make a big difference.
Perhaps. Have you got anything in mind?
No, I hadn't got that far, really.
What about Rosie? I could get her out again.
Who's Rosie?
You gonna tell me what you're up to then?
Nope. Next question.
Hello?
Who are you?
Well, I'm Dr. Clay.
So, the Trawley drugs trials.
How do you know about him?
Is this a date?
What?
Tonight.
What do you think you're doing?
I'll tell you what I'm doing, Doc. I'm doing what you should have done in the first place.
Have fun, kids. Don't you think I wouldn't?
It's a race against time next here on BBC1 Scotland to eliminate a deadly virus in Diagnosis Murder. Then later, Anne Robinson's doing the eliminating, one by one, as they leave the weakest link at 5:15.